You know Tom Jones is unwell and in his 80s. You may have wondered what the legend will do with his vast riches, especially since he has a problematic relationship with one of his children. Not all of these rumors are true. Let's start. You may recall Tom fainting at a Budapest gig. He denied it and canceled the concert due to a sore throat. The legend endures. He may possibly be getting stronger with age. Fans are enthusiastic about his 2024 North American tour, which was announced lately. Why don't they want? For years, Tom has amazed people worldwide with his astonishing acts. His charisma and charm made him famous worldwide, and his shows were constantly sold out. He moves many with his song. Tom has had a long life of good fortune. We now know more about the individual after studying his life. This man touched people worldwide, yet he lost his loved ones. His journey began in Pontypridd, Wales, where Tom's parents, Frida Jones and Thomas Woodward, lived. Coal mining transformed their working-class town society. He raised a family on his meager coal mining wages. The working-class family raised their children to be proud of their English and Welsh heritage, which made them feel good about themselves. This is why Tom was proud of his singing. Singing began young. His school choir family parties and weddings were his regular venues. Tom, 12, suddenly had a serious health issue that made him hesitant to perform music. Tom battled TB for over 2 years. He recounted events. I recovered in bed for 2 years. I had the worst time. Tom, however, capitalized on this bad circumstance. Music helped him feel better. He worked on making his speech wonderful. One day, people would love him for finding the voice. Before his singing career took off, Tom married his high school crush, Melinda Rosalinda Trenchard, at 16. She was equal age. Due to her pregnancy, they married swiftly and had their son Mark. Tom worked multiple jobs to support his young family. He worked in construction and glove factories. Tom's work didn't affect his music interest. He sang lead for Welsh beat band Tommy Scott and the Senators in 1963. That sound was wonderful. Powerful and rich baritone describes his voice. Tom says his childhood voice was tenor. When I was young, I could hit a top C stated. Now it's a B flat downgrades gain what they lose in elevation. Tom's band became popular and well known in South Wales quickly. They recorded tracks with Joe Meek the next year. Meek then sought a record deal. The songs did poorly. Later that year, Decca Records director Peter Sullivan saw the band perform at a club. He connected them with Phil Solomon boss. But their collaboration was brief and didn't provide any huge opportunities. The band played various South Wales venues. Tom met Gordon Mills. Mills took Tom to London to work in the music business as his boss. To capitalize on the Oscar-winning film Tom Jones, Mills changed his identity. Mills helped Tom sign with Decca Records. His first single, Chills and Fever, received little notice. His next song, It's Not Unusual, was a worldwide hit due to Radio Caroline's heavy play. Life changed for Tom in 1965. He was a key figure in the British attack. Early in the year, his hit It's Not Unusual topped the UK charts. It reached the US top 10, making him famous worldwide. His first meeting with Elvis Presley at Paramount Studios in Hollywood was unforgettable. After meeting Elvis on a movie set, he sang Tom's With These Hands. The two musicians became great friends. Tom's manager, Mills, earned him movie theme song jobs all year. Thunderball and Burt Bacharach and Hal David's What's New Pussycat were examples. Tom initially doubted What's New Pussycat. He kept asking, why do they want me to sing this when asked? Bacharach convinced him that the weird music needed his strong voice to live. Tom agreed, and the song remains popular. Tom rose to fame after winning the 1966 Grammy for Best New Artist. But the sugar rush appeared to be past. Tom's early fame declined. Mills responded by changing his image. The plan returned Tom to the top. He had many singles during this time, including I'll Never Fall in Love Again, I'm Coming Home, and Delilah. These songs were one in the UK and US, keeping him a global sensation. Tom played in Las Vegas at the Flamingo Hotel first. His act was defined by his theatrical attire, often unbuttoned shirts and tight jeans. He eventually focused on club shows rather than songwriting. Las Vegas became his frequent destination. From 2000 to 2010, he played there annually. Tom toured with Quiet Elegance and the Blossoms in the 1970s. For him, they sang background. He released hits like She's a Lady Till and The Young New Mexican Puppeteer by the mid-1970s. He was losing popularity. However, his 1976 comeback with the #1 hit Say You'll Stay Until Tomorrow made him renowned again. Tom also tried acting and singing. He starred with Jennifer O'Neill in David Winter's London Bridge Spectacular. Jones chose the idea because it would let him remain making TV without the constraints of a regular show. After that, Tom played Raymond Gordon, a charming con artist at a tropical vacation resort in BC's Pleasure Cove. He and his co-stars, Constance Forsland, Tanya Roberts, and David Hasselhoff, were left after the show's pilot was canceled. Tom later played an accountant who wants to be Dick Turpin in Fantasy Island. His wounds were minor. Tom swiftly rose to #2 in the UK with A Boy From Nowhere. He subsequently covered Prince's Kiss with Art of Noise. This Kiss was popular in the US and UK. Kiss's music video was popular on MTV and VH1. Many watched and appreciated the video and song. This video earned the MTV Breakthrough Video Award. Tom continues to draw followers with his cheery attitude and collaborations after this triumph. Tom Jones starred in a popular international variety show called This Is Tom Jones while composing music and appearing in movies. Over 3 years, the Associated Television show made him $9 million. After playing on ITV in the UK and ABC in the US, his fame spread worldwide. His 1970s Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor was due to his tremendous work on the show. He hosted Tom Jones, another comedy show. Made in Vancouver, Canada, it has 24 episodes. TV Job helped Tom become an international performer, but it wasn't easy. Court conflicts over CF International's rights to Tom's later works caused ongoing issues about who owns and distributes his work. Tom persevered. He received a Hollywood Walk of Fame star in 1989. After that great win, Tom worked with Van Morrison on carrying a torch for Dover Records. The LP is Tom's Morrison title track. Morrison wrote and produced 4 songs on the album, which was recorded at Townhouse Studios in London. Tom debuted in the UK's Glastonbury Festival the following year. This was a career milestone. In 1993, he played himself in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Simpsons. Tom signed with Interscope Records and released How to Swing It, which included If I Only Knew He performed the song live at the MTV Europe Music Awards, which he hosted. It peaked at 11 in the UK. Tom watched movies again, acting as himself in Tim Burton's Mars Attacks. He recorded You Can Leave Your Hat On by Randy Newman for the Full Monty. In 1999, he released Reload, a duet album with the Cardigans, Natalie Imbruglia, Ceres Matthews, Van Morrison, Moose T, Portishead, Stereophonics, and Robbie Williams. The album topped the UK charts and sold over 4 million copies worldwide. 5 Reload songs reached the UK top 40. The album's biggest hit, Sex Bomb, peaked at number 3 on the UK songs chart in early 2000. These achievements demonstrated that Tom was still doing well in music and helped him gain popularity in pop culture and on TV, which changed his career. Officer of the Order of the British Empire was his prize. The US celebrated 2000 with a party. At the time, President Bill Clinton asked him to play at New Year's Eve events in Washington, D.C. Tom also received a Brit Award for Best British Male Artist and other accolades that year. Australian Rugby League chose him as their voice and had him sing in a New Season ad. Tom released Mr. Jones soon after. In 2002, Haitian-American rapper Wyclef Jean produced it. The album and its debut single, Tom Jones International, reached the UK top 40. Tom won the Brit Award the next year for his music service. This honored his longtime influence on the music industry. Tom returned to Pontypridd to perform at Inisang Herod Park for his 65th birthday. His first Pontypridd performance in almost 40 years drew 20,000 people. That year, the BBC said that Tom was Wales' richest musician with around £150 million. Tom continued to write tunes. Tom Jones released a live CD with Australian pop vocalist John Farnham, played a concert. The next year, Tom collaborated with Chicane on Stoned in Love. It reached 7th in the UK singles chart. Tom was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace in 2006 for his music. He was a British Empire Order officer. The knighthood made Tom delighted. It's the start of something things improve over time. I've never had anything better. The mood is intoxicating and beautiful. Few months later, Sir Tom Jones played at Wembley Stadium for the concert for Diana, a memorial to Princess Diana. Sir Tom played several of his songs with Aerosmith's Joe Perry and soul vocalist Joss Stone. Sir Tom still performed almost 200 gigs a year at 70. His international tour promoted 24 Hours, his new album. He stated, "The fire is still in me, not to be an oldie, but a goodie." When making this decision, I want to be a contender. He joined Parade's Hall of Fame soon after. He topped the UK music charts for the 3rd time with a cover of Islands in the Stream alongside Ruth Jones, Rob Brydon, and Robin Gibb to Celebrate. That cover topped UK charts. The icon's yearning led to his album Praise and Blame. The Gospel and Blues album included renditions of Bob Dylan, John Lee Hooker, and Billy Joe Shaver, with guest appearances by Booker T. Over 100 million Tom albums were sold by 2010. He made his American Idol debut when the top 13 contenders performed a mashup of his classics. He gained fame as a coach on The Voice UK on BBC. He played with Will I'm, Jessie J, and Danny O'Donoghue. As expected, he helped Leanne Mitchell win the first series. After several years as a coach, his contract was terminated in August 2015, and Boy George replaced him. However, he chastised the BBC for not consulting him and only alerting him 24 hours before the announcement. He returns as a voice coach for the sixth season in 2017. Sir Tom continued went on summer tours, however the 2018 one was cancelled owing to illness or bad weather. This legend wouldn't retire. His fourth covers album, Surrounded by Time, was produced by Ethan Johns and released in January 2021. His new track is a rendition of Todd Snider's Talking Reality Television Blues. The next year, he performed with Stereophonics at Cardiff's Principality Stadium. They performed live on BBC Two on Saturday. Success cannot compensate the legend's lifelong losses. Elvis was his close friend. Both loved music and struggled with stardom when they met in 1965. Tom's performances spurred Elvis to return to live appearances. After Elvis died in 1997, their friendship ended tragically. And then it got worse. Sir Tom married Linda on March 2, 1957, until her cancer death on April 10, 2016. Linda encouraged her husband's career before he became renowned. Fame naturally strained their marriage. Tom had many affairs and flings during his stardom. He admits to having sex with 250 women a year at his peak. He dated singer Mary Wilson, TV host Charlotte Laws, and former Miss World Marjorie Wallace. Elvira actress Cassandra Peterson said losing her virginity to Tom was unpleasant and required sutures. However, Tom's brief affair with model Catherine Berkery, who eventually became pregnant, undoubtedly wounded the most. This happened on tour in the US and resulted in a lawsuit and DNA tests. Tom denied fathering Berkery's child until a US court ruled otherwise. After admitting Jonathan Berkery was his son, he refused to meet him. Linda supported Tom despite his errors, and their tumultuous connection lasted almost 60 years until her 2016 death. Tom was devastated by her passing. After she died, he sold their Los Angeles mansion and most of its contents, keeping only beloved photos. As Linda had requested before her death, he moved into a London apartment. Tom reportedly dated Elvis' ex-wife Priscilla Presley a year after Linda's death. People suspected they were dating because they were regularly spotted together at Jeff Franklin's residence or dining out. Tom said in 2021 that he and Priscilla had known each other since the 1960s and enjoyed spending time together. He explained, "I won't crumble with you if you falls meaning in 2022 after performing it." He said his wife had lung cancer. "I always helped her with anything she needed. But she said, you can't crumble with me. Avoid falling with me, done everything you can, continue doing what you do. My God, this song sounds perfect for this moment. Beautiful tune. 8 years have passed since Linda died. Sir Tom Jones, 84, released the Hourglass edition of his #1 record, Surrounded by Time. 2 new songs, 4 live concerts, and an exclusive interview are included. Just ended his 2024 Ages and Stages tour. He thanked supporters who attended his summer UK and European gigs. His participation in the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance honored military personnel. He coaches The Voice UK. Sir Tom Jones' life exemplifies resilience, enthusiasm, and excellence. His rise from a working-class Welsh hamlet to international music star has earned him roughly $500 million. The icon's son Mark Jones and grandchildren Alex and Emma are thrilled to see him still going strong.